take all that. The spirit don't move slow like that, bro. All right, Shalom Yasharala, we the Hebrew Israelites, and we come in week in and week out to edify the elect, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and last-speaking people of the earth. You are the true children of Israel in contrast to popular belief, and the Most High has raised up a few good men to come teach the truth of the scriptures and cast down all these lies. And we come out here and we teach in the name of our great King and our Heavenly Father, Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
I want to give double honors to the head apostles, a great millstone, who the Most High has poured his spirit on to feed the flock and put this doctrine across the four winds in these last days, seconds, and times. They are worthy of their double honors and salutations to my fellow laborers in Yahushua, laboring for that penny, that full day's work, which is the kingdom of heaven, with all fear and trembling, making that calling and election sure in these last days, man, turning it up, man, and offending less. All right, so we're going to get into about doing this labor of love, man. All right? And this labor of love, no one said it was going to be easy. You're going to have dire straits. You're going to go through things. You're going to lose loved ones. You're going to lose material things. But through it all, you have to keep teaching. Give me Hebrews 6 and 10, brother. All right? You got to learn from the apostles of old, the prophets of old. You have to learn from the men of old. All the things that they went through while teaching this truth, man. Jeremiah got thrown in the pit. Isaiah got sawed asunder, man. All right? Brothers lost everything. So we're no different than them. All right? If you calling yourself one of the elect men, you're going to have to go through what the men of old went through. All right? And the men of old went through holy hell, man. Holy hell. Hey, all right, give me the sword, all right? It's going to take you that long to get scripture. Give me the sword, I'll do it. All right?
I don't know if that mug in there.
Oh, damn, your shit stopped at Luke?
I told you, that's what I was telling you, Art, before we had, that's what I was telling you.
Now, you need to throw this Bible away, all right? You might as well throw this Bible away, brother. Get you a new sword, man. You need the whole roll.
Right, the whole roll.
All right, this is Hebrews, chapter 6, verse 10, and it reads, For Yahweh is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which you have showed toward his name. All right? So when you do this labor of love, man, you're doing this for Yahweh Shem Shai. Yahweh Shem Shai wants you to do this work through rain, sleet, and snow. No matter what come up on you, you have to do this work, man, do this labor. All right? And you got to love doing it, man. Okay? And that you minister to the saints and do minister. All right? We are shepherds, man. All right? If you out here prophesying, you a shepherd. And you have sheep counting on you to teach them, man. All right? And if you leave, who the sheep gonna look to? Who they're gonna follow? So you gotta be instant in season and out of season pushing this truth. Because everybody has straits that come on them. Everybody have issues that come on them. That's where your faith is supposed. You gotta show your faith. The Most High has equipped us with everything we need to push this truth, man. All right? Let me get that. This is 1 Timothy. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. And it reads, Salaki, that's 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out out of season. All right. And in season and out of season, that's not talking about if it's rain, sleet, or snow. You have seasons where you'll have a lot of money. You might go a season where you don't have a car. You might go a season where you don't have a place to live. You might go a season where you just have a string of bad luck. All right? You might have a season where anything that can go wrong will go wrong. What is the Most High looking for you to do? He's looking at you to preach this word no matter what you go through. All right? He's not looking for excuses. He wants his word to go out. All right? Reprove, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. All right, it say with all long suffering. So you got to suffer when you do this thing. Nobody said it's going to be easy. All right? If you're tired, you got to come out here and teach this word and get through it while you're tired. If you got financial woes that fall up on you, you have to suffer through that and have faith and go through it, man. Okay? This is the light of a prophet, man. The prophets go through hardships, man. Okay? This is Hebrews. The book of Hebrews. Chapter 13, verse 21. And it reads. I'm going to start at verse 20. Okay? Now, the power of peace that brought again from the dead, I will make sure Yahweh shall anoint that great shepherd of the sheep. And you got to look what our great king went through, man. He had people trying to kill him. He had people talking about him. All right? When you read John the chapter 7 chapter, he say, all of you say you follow the law, but why you trying to kill me? That's the worst thing that could come up on you. Not you losing material wealth. If you scared to lose material wealth, what you gonna do when a motherfucker got a gun pointed at your head? Telling they gonna kill you, man. If you tripping on material wealth, nobody can. If you tripping on the material world, things are gonna perish away with fervent heat. How much more is somebody gonna believe that when a gun is put to your head, that you're not gonna wave? All right, our great king and the prophets, lives was threatened, not their jobs and their jobs, but they wasn't worried about their jobs. They wasn't worried about the thing. Your life is the greatest thing you have to worry about in this truth. And his life was threatened. And what did he do? He kept teaching. Okay? Verse 20. Through the blood of the everlasting covenant, make you perfect in every good work to do his will. All right, we have to be perfect in his will. We have to come out week in and week out and teach. Now, we're not going to be dicks. Things happen in people's lives. All right? Things happen to everybody. You have death in the family, so on and so forth. You live far away, you don't have a ride, that's understandable. But if you have a way to do your Habashim Shai's work, you got to cast all that shit to the side because the work still got to get done. Everybody goes through trials. Everybody goes through tribulation. The Most High is looking for his work to get done no matter what come up on you. He's looking for this doctrine to get pushed. All right? That great shepherd, Salaki, working in verse 21, working in you that which is well-pleasing in his sight. You know what's well-pleasing in Yahweh Shemaiah Shai's sight? To see his servants suffer and go through that suffering. To endure tribulation. To endure temptation. That's what's well-pleasing to our King. For them to have faith on him, to come do his will, no matter what falls on them. Be it they have to lose their life, if they're losing their money, they're losing their livelihood, what are you going to do? Are you still going to hold fast and keep your integrity? That's what's well-pleasing to our Father. When our great King was on the cross dying, it said in Isaiah, I think it's 52, don't quote me on it, it said it pleased the Most High to see him stricken. And what pleased him was he never gave up. He never told Pontius Pilate that he wasn't the king of the Jews. All right? He held fast to what he was came to do. That's well-pleasing to the Most High. All right? Through Yahweh shot anointed to whom be glory forever and ever. Amen. All right? So we are commissioned to come out here and endure the wickedness of the people out here, to endure the elements, to endure personal things that come in our life. When it's time to go to camp, when it's time to do your videos, the most I want to see is your shit done. All right? And we're not being over righteous. Things happen in people's lives, but it can't be a pattern. Most I say he want to see a pattern of good works. This is the good works here. All right? This is how you get delivered. And you know your nationality according to the Bible, young brother? Do you consider? You want to know? All right, let that up. Okay? And our people don't consider. That's what we out here for. If you're not out here fishing for the elect, bringing them in the fold, you're out here condemning the 2/3. The most I want this done week in and week out until you tell us to stop. All right? This is Philippians chapter 4, verse 19, and it reads, but I'm going to start at 18. But I have all and abound. I am full, having received of Epaphroditus the things which you sent from you, an odor, a sweet smell, a sacrifice acceptable, well pleasing of Yahweh. And Paul was going without. He was going from Roman. He was going through all of the cities in the Roman territory, all throughout Asia Minor. And it takes money to do that. He got to eat. He had to drink. All right? It takes money to travel. All right? And the body was taking care of him, supplying him all of his basic necessities. And he was telling them that it was a sweet savor what the church had sent to him. But guess what? Even if the church didn't send to him, guess what? He still was going to do the work. That show you that whatever you're going through, the Most High is going to supply it because he did it for Paul. All right? But my power shall supply all your need according to his riches in the glory by Yahweh Shai anointed. All right? What is he going to supply us? Is he going to supply us with yachts and airplanes? No. He's going to supply us with everything we need in this life to push his truth out, to push out the doctrine of life. All right? To deal with this truth, you need Wi-Fi, you need the internet. Every man needs his own home. A brother might hook up with another brother. All right? The Most High not going to have us brothers living under a woman and a woman lower over the house. The Most High is going to give you your basic necessities. And that's what Paul was talking about. In verse 19, he said, but my power shall supply all your need according to his riches. And that's what the Most High is going to do. All right? And then when you are depleted on supplies, you still got to teach, man. You still got to teach. You can't be like, this came up on me or that came up on me and war is me. If you don't have gas to come to camp or whatnot, you got to go out and teach wherever you're at. All right? If you're out in the rural area somewhere, you got to find somewhere and go teach, man. All right? You can't do nothing. Doing nothing is not an option. Okay? This is the book of Acts. The 5th chapter, the 16th verse. And it reads, there came also a multitude out of the city round about unto Jerusalem, bringing in sick folks, and them which were vexed with unclean spirits. And they were healed, everyone. And who were healing them? The Most High's laborers. All right? The Most High's laborers in this faith, man. All right? What happened if those laborers took off or were slaughtered? Those people wouldn't get fed. Those people wouldn't get healed. All right? They would be a sheep without shepherds. The Most High raised up shepherds to take care of the sheep, man. And you're going to be accountable on how you take care of the sheep, man. If you slothful, you're going to get a slothful reward. All right? Verse 17. Then the high priest rose up, and all they that were with him, which the sect of the Sadducees which is the sect of the Sardites, and were filled with indignation. All right? So when you come out here, you're going to have wolves. Our great king say, I see you as sheep among wolves. All right? The apostles was out here teaching, and they had the Sadducees and Pharisees coming up against them. All right? And they laid their hands on the apostles and put them into the common prison. So the apostles were out there teaching, and the Pharisees and Sadducees had them come put in prison. Now let's see what the apostles did. Did they say we're not going to go out next week? Did they say we're going to stop doing it, or we're going to end up in jail and we can't get out of jail? Let's see how they handled this situation. But the angel of the Lord by night opened the prison doors and brought them forth and said, go stand and speak in the temple of the people all the words of this life, no matter what come up on you. When they went to jail, what did the angel tell them? They go back out there and teach again. Go back out there and do it. Get your ass back out there, man. Now what if they would have been like, I'm scared to go to jail. I'm going to lose my vehicle. I'm going to lose my family. I'm going to lose my house. What the Most High going to do with that guy? The Most High ain't hearing that shit. These guys got put in fucking jail. What did they do? Let's see what they did. And when they heard that, they entered into the temple early in the morning and taught. But the high priest came, and they that were with him, and called the council together and all the senate of the children of Israel, and sent to the prison to have them both. But when the officers came and found them not in the prison, they returned and told, saying, the prison truly found we shut with all safety, and the keepers standing without before the doors. But when we had opened, we found no man within. All right, and we know that's what the Most High do, man. When the Most High see you ready to do his bidding, no matter what comes on you, whatever you lack, when he see you got that faith, he's going to give it to you. Whatever you're in need of, he's going to give it to you. All right? He seen these brothers was found faithful, and the Most High sent an angel to deliver them, because they, no matter what came on them, they was ready to do what Yahweh Shema Shai commanded. They didn't make no excuse, okay? All right, they was ready to lose their freedom. These brothers ready to lose their freedom, all right? This is the standard you're supposed to follow. These written aforetime was written for our learning. This is the standard you're supposed to follow. These guys is ready to lose their freedom. And all of them, the majority of them said what? End up losing their life. So how dare a guy talk about losing some material wealth or a job? Or you're tired. Man, the Most High not hearing that shit. I mean, you're not special. He say not a respecter of person. So if these men of old went through all that tribulation and held fast, that's what we're supposed to do. All right? Now, that's not saying if you half dead and you sick, you know, you got a flu, you don't come out there with the brothers and give the brothers the flu, you know? Your job might be fucking with you, you know? Brothers, it have situations where brothers can't make it to camp because of their job, but that can't be a pattern. You can't go a month or 2 months missing camp talking about a fucking job. That means it's time to get a new job. Okay? All right? And definitely not saying you're tired, man. That's damn near blasphemy. And I'm not being overrighteous. I was working a job 7 days a week one time, and I told the head of my camp, I was like, man, I'm tired, bro. I have to get out for work. I got rebuked so badly, man. I got rebuked so sternly. All right? And it never happened again. That's the standard we have to follow. Yahweh Shema Shai is not hearing that shit, man. All right? Verse 26. Then went the captain with the officers and bought them without violence, for they feared the people lest they should have been stoned. And when they had bought them, they set them before the council and the high priest, saying, Did not we straightly command you that you should not teach in his name? And behold, you have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine. and intend to bring this man's blood upon us. All right? So these guys had people that had the power to throw them in the dungeon. And what did they do? They kept teaching. All right? We keep reading. All right? Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, what's that with y'all? Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahweh rather than men. All right? That's the standard we got to follow. They say, fuck all that. Do your worst to me. If you're going to throw me in the dungeon, woe is me if I preach not this gospel. Who are we to believe? We got to believe Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, man. And we gotta deal with him in word and deed, man. This is one place you can't fake the funk. How about Shem Yahushai? Look at your actions, man. What you do. A pair of lips can say anything. All right? This is 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 23. All right? Are they ministers of Yahushai? I speak as a fool. We're fools for Yahushua's sake. You know how we fools for Yahushua's sake, God? We ready to die for Yahushua. We're ready to lose our family for Yahushua. We're ready to lose our vehicles, our houses. And if you're not rocking on that vibration, you're not of the elect. If you're not ready to lose anything in this life, you're not of the elect. What's a material thing when you got brothers out here ready to die? That's Paul said we fool. He speaks as a fool. I am more in labors, more abundant. 2 Ezra, the 9th chapter, say we're going to get delivered from our works, man. Paul say, in labors, mine's abundant. I'm getting it in. Okay? Paul said, I'm getting it in season and out of season. If I got a lot. If I'm bountiful, if I'm depleted, I'm getting it in. All right? In stripes above measures. All right? Paul got flogged several times, man. In prisons, more frequent. The brother got put in prison frequently, he said. In deaths, often. The brother got stoned to death and went up into the into heaven, man, in the fourth dimension. All right? It's documented. He got stoned for Yahushua's sake, man. And what did he do when he came back to? He went out and taught again. Okay? Of the Jews, 5 times, he said 5 different occasions, received like 40 stripes. Man. On 5 different occasions, he got flogged. Got lashes. And we got brothers talking about they tired and shit. You got brothers, man, hey, we're dead. The elect, what makes the elect the cream of the crop is because they're going to endure no matter what is brought upon them. They're going to take it cheerfully. Okay? Thrice was our beating with rods. That's 3 times. Motherfucker had rods beating the fuck out of him. For Yahushua's sake. Okay? Once I was stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck. And night and day have been in the deep. They was lost at sea. In journeys often, in perils of water, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils amongst false prophets. Now Paul's here today. Is he going to want to hear excuses? You see that standard we have to follow? Things written aforetime was written for our learning. That's the standard we have to follow.
Paul was body.
Is he going to want to hear some brother? Hey, man, been at work 17 hours straight, man. Paul going to hear that shit?
Heck no.
Hey, man, this came up on me, the wife at the house. Oh, man, hey, this came up. Is Paul going to want to hear that shit?
Fuck no.
You know what Paul going to tell him? That's your fucking problem.
Gird up your loins.
We got to preach the gospel. the gospel. Gird up your loins. Look at all he went through. He's not going to want to hear that shit. All right? And look, and there's more. Didn't I just read a lot?
Man, you read a whole hoop.
And there's more.
Buku.
In weariness, in painfulness, in watchings often, hunger and thirst. This brother was hungry. He didn't have food. He didn't have drink. Okay? Fasting's often. You gotta fast. That's another thing you gotta fast. That's what builds up your faith. When you wavering in faith, when you fast, and these different trials and things come upon you, fasting builds up your spirit. Well, no matter what comes at you, you're ready to take your head on. You gotta fast. And cold and nakedness. Brother say he was free, shivering in the winter. Didn't have clothes. The Most High not hearing excuses, man. Beside those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, he say stuff, and then he was sick. He had a thorn in his flesh. He had a physical helmet the whole time he was teaching.
Keep him balanced. All
right? The care of all the churches. That's what it's all about. He say none of that's going to stop me because I have to care for the churches. What is the church? The assembly of Israelites.
The body.
The sheep.
Don't forsake the assembly.
He's the shepherd of the sheep. What happens when the shepherd leaves the sheep? The sheep get scattered, and the wolves come in and have their way. When the wolves see the shepherd with that big staff, they don't come fuck with him. If they do, he hits the wolf with the staff. When you don't come out here, you're not taking care of your Shai's flock, man. What did he tell Peter? Feed my lambs. Told him thrice.
If you love me.
That's right.
I know that I love you. Feed my sheep.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 16. I'm going to start at 15. 1 Corinthians 9 and 15. But this is Paul, but I have used none of these things, neither have I written these things, that it should be so done unto me. For it were better for me to die, that in any man should make my glory void. But though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. All right? The only thing we got the glory of is Yahweh Shai's work. There's nothing else in this life to glory about. Not your children, your wife, your promotion, your job give you.
Your house.
Your house. All that is vanity upon vanities, man. All right? Fulfilling Yahweh Shai's will and him telling us you're a good and faithful servant, that's the only thing we have to glory in. Okay? For necessity is laid upon me. Yeah, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel. Now that trickles down to everybody else, right? If you're a servant of Yahweh Shai, woe unto you if you preach not the gospel. Woe to you if you slothful, if you're lukewarm preaching the gospel. All right? Woe to you if you take a day off. Okay? Verse 17, for I do this thing willingly. All right, you got to be in the spirit. If I miss teaching, something bad is going to happen to me. You have to fear working for Yahweh Shai. You have to fear your king, man. You have to fear if you don't serve your king perfectly, if you fuck up or go off on the right and the left, and he will kill you. All right? So a lot of times you got to pray for fear, man. All right? Well, I do this thing willingly. I have a reward. But if against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. What is my reward then? Verily that when I preach the gospel, I make the gospel of Yahweh without charge. All right? All this brother was talking about was his job. All right? You got guys that just love their job. All right, this is one place you can just love your job. All right. He was obsessed with it. This has to be an obsession. Okay. I make the gospel of Yahushua without charge, that I've used that my power in the gospel. Okay. And Paul was buffeted by the Most High. The Most High poured all that spirit on him and kept that thorn in his flesh, so he did abuse his power. You know, because that does happen. That happens in the brotherhood. That happens a lot. Okay. Verse 19. For though I be free from all men, yet I have made myself servant unto all. See, when you hear servant, brothers, you got brothers that need to be fed. All right? You have to be there for them. There's no days off in this thing of ours. The show must go on, man. The show has to go on.
What are you talking about? He said though I be free from all men.
When he say he's been free from all men, he has to serve all men. All right? He has to serve all men. All he owes a man is teaching him the truth for the scripture.
To love him. Gotcha.
That's it.
He don't owe a man nothing but the love.
He don't owe you shit. The only thing he owes you, only thing he has to do with you is teach you the truth of the scripture. That's it. That's it. All right? Okay. For though I be free from all men, yet I have made myself a servant unto all men. And when he say all men, he's talking about men in the faith, okay?
Yeah.
All right? He's talking about the brotherhood. He ain't talking about no wicked niggas.
Yeah.
That I might gain the more. And that's what he's talking about. The ones that he's talking about gaining is the elect. All right? If you're in this city and you teaching, man, somebody come out looking for the prophets, you got to be there. You got to be there. Okay? That's it on that one.
Because the elect feed one another.
Huh?
I said because the elect feed one another. Because ain't nobody else going to get it.
God. The Most High raised up prophets to feed the elect. What did he tell Peter? I'm going to make you a fisher of men. All right? He told Peter, I'm going to make you a fisher of men. All right? He's looking for Peter to teach the brothers that's coming in everything that he taught him. All right? And as freely you receive, freely you give.
Yeah, Peter was that rock.
But you have to be diligent. You have to do your due diligence to make your call and election sure.
Examine yourself.
See, that's the thing about it. Just being a part of the camp is not going to get you the keys. Just because you hold the signs and you read, nah, man, you have to get your due diligence. You got to do it no matter. Hey, on sick days, you got to come work, man. Okay? It's all going to pay off in the long run. Lamentations 1 and 3. Judah is going in captivity because of affliction and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen. All right? Our people is around this heathen, man. Our people need something. This heathen ain't taking no days off.
No, he being a good devil.
He's obedient to the Most High. He's doing what the Most High created him. The Most High don't have to go to him and be like, hey, man, you're not going to go be the devil? You think you're going to lose your house? No, that heathen ready to lose his house to be a devil.
He all in 5150.
That bitch kamikaze.
Crash dummy action.
Hey, our enemy is kamikaze. He ready to kill himself and everybody else.
Yeah. He ready to make that sacrifice. For his.
All right? And because of great servitude, she dwelleth among the heathen. She findeth no rest. All her persecutors persecutors overtook her between the straits. All right, and that's the point. We're in straits over here, and in these straits, the Most High still want us to endure in these straits. He still want us to push this doctrine of life in these straits. Okay? And straits is having a bad day, man. All things going wrong. Get fired from your job. Get put on child support. All right? Can't pay your bills. All right?
The woman cheating on you.
The woman cheating on you. Your children being disobedient. These are the straits that's here on us in Babylon. And the Most High want his servants, no matter what you're going through, to endure these straits. And if you are the elect, you're going to do it. All right? This 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such is common to man. It's not no brother in this truth going to come up and say a reason he can't do Yahweh Shabbat Shai's work. It's going to be another brother that say, I done went through what you going through. Or another brother going to say, I done went through worse. What you talking about, what you tripping on is cupcake. Okay? But Yahweh is faithful. All right? Yahweh is faithful. When he sees his servants walk out on faith, he always rewards them, man. All right, when Elijah went and fought all those 400 prophets of Baal, all right, after he fought them, he was weary, but he went out there on faith. And then what the Most High did? He fed them. He gave him his necessities. He told him to go by that pool of water and had a raven feed him every day. He took care of him. He nourished him. He never left him or forsook him. Okay? Who would not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able. Whatever is brought onto you, no matter what brother's in the faith, you can get through it. You got to have faith. And the Most High is going to make you exercise your faith. See, this is a thing that we keep telling young brothers. This is the one thing in life you can't fake. Something's going to happen where you got to make a fucking decision. His thing of ours is where the rubber's going to be the highway. Like, you can go to school and fake it till you make it. You can go to an institution and fake it till you make it. Not in your How About Shabbat Science program. The elect is the cream of the crop. They put the rubber to the highway and they go hard.
The creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme. They go to the guillotine with a smile on their face. All right? But with the temptation, also make them a way to escape. Now the Most High is going to handle your straight. He just want to see, can you endure through it? A lot of things that happen with brothers be tests. He want to see if you're going to pass that test. And you're going to fail a lot of tests. A righteous man falls 7 times, but he get back up. But the war is me spirit, the Most High ain't dealing with that. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. A pattern of doing something, the Most High's not dealing with that. Yes, shit happens. Shit happens. But you got to get over it. We're more than conquerors. You got to go from glory to glory. The Most High is going to put you in a predicament where you're going to have to exercise your faith. If you one of his servants, that you may be also able to bear it. Okay? This is John, chapter 15, verse 15. And it reads, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. The Most High has given us the keys to heaven. This is a high calling. In fact, let me get there right fast. This is Philippians 3 and 14. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yahweh in the Mashiach Yahweh. This is the highest office on the planet Earth. This is the greatest job on the planet Earth. All right? And if Yahweh Shabbat call you to do this work, all right, you have to do it with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. You have to fear. You got to make sure you do it you're perfect when you do it. All right? You got to be honored for him to call you, pull you out of this dark, perverse world into his marvelous light and tell you his secrets. The prophets know his secrets. All right? He give us esoteric knowledge that the commoners, that most of humanity don't know. All right? So you have to show him how you are blind, and how you're thankful, and how you fear him. All right? This is John 15, verse 15. Henceforth, I call you not servants, for the servant know not what the Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. For all things I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain. Whatsoever you ask in the Father's name, he may give it to you. So whatever you lack, he's going to give it to you. Whatever that strait you're in, he's going to give you the power to get through it. All right? He's going to send you around in the bush. Or he's going to let you just tear that strait down, give you the power to just devour it. All right? And go to the next strait. Because when you beat one demon, another demon there waiting on you, man. Okay? You know? So when you're in this thing of ours, man, you gotta count the cost, man. You gotta make your call and election sure. You gotta know what you're getting into, because the Habashim Shine is gonna judge you on how you dealt with the talents that he gave you. All right? He's serious about the talents that he gave you. All right? He want to know, are you bringing forth fruit? He want to know if you were slothful. He want to know how you dealt with your spare time. All right? And he want to know how you dealt with persecution and tribulation and straits when it comes to you. All right? Everything we're doing is being documented, man. So if you're in this faith, man, Yahweh by Shema Shai, he's going to judge his house first, man. He's going to judge the house of Yasharala first. Talking about the men in here that's on in these camps teaching. You playing with Yahweh Shema Shai, he's going to kill you. He's going to bring a calamity on you. And if you're of the elect and you're going out to the right and left, he might throw you in the well like Jonah. He's going to bring a calamity on you to snap you back in reality. So work out your soul salvation with fear and trembling, man. You better work it out with fear and trembling, lest you be reprobate silver, man. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying to the hearer. We're going to give infinite honor to Yahweh by Shira. Yahweh Shai by Shira Kamada. We're going to give double honor to the... Hey, y'all got a question? Y'all know y'all nationality according to the Bible? You know your nationality according to the Bible? In contrast to popular belief, we were lied to. The so-called white man told us that we were African Americans. All right? Huh? Yeah, but you know we're not Africans, right? Yeah. You know where the word Africa is derived from? You know where the word Africa is derived from? It's derived from a so-called white man. He was a Roman general during the Punic Wars. By the Punic Wars, his name was Leo Scipio Africano. And you know the Romans were homosexuals. So when you call yourself an African, you said you come from the loins of a so-called white man. And America is named after a guy by the name of Amerigo Vespucci. All right? And he came over here and killed the peoples of South America. All right? Slaughtered them. All right? So we don't come from the loins of two white men. All right? Our patriarchs are the people of the Bible, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. In contrast to popular belief, we're the people of the book. All right? We Hebrew Israelites from various tribes. And our great king, who the word English called Jesus Christ, he was a black man with an afro. Real talk. Yeah, hair like wool. All right? And we telling our people here in America All hell about to break loose. About to have martial law, race wars, a famine. All right? And the dollar's going to fall, and a new currency going to put on the planet, and you got to get a microchip inserted into your body, which is the mark of the beast. You know? So we here to warn our people to come back to their nationality in the Most High's word, so these calamities don't befall you. All right? Shalom, y'all. Peace. So with that, we're going to give infinite honors to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, and Papa Dash. We're going to give double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to our fellow laborers in Yahweh Shai, pushing this truth out the four winds. Quad Yasharala, Abide Baba.